you all that were on the Monday Night Football stream. Shout outs to Sentinel, John J, and Spongy. Probably put a link in the description of the channel. Their channel is probably after this. Yeah, we got some considerations. We've already been in trade talks for a majority of sources, including the Miami Heat. That's been the consolation of possibly getting rid of Jimmy Butler. Butler is open to playing for the Dallas Mavericks or the Houston Rockets, two young contending teams. Possibly the Houston Rockets would be a favored destination, knowing they have a bunch of young prospects that could possibly hit over for big trade targets, and the second best in the Western Conference, with not really much perennial all-star talent. Fred VanVleet has been a one-time all-star before, possibly not for this year, knowing how stacked the Western Conference at the guard position. De'Aaron Fox has been playing all-NBA basketball so far. Steph Curry still one of the best guards in the league, as Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Luka Doncic. A lot of competition at that one guard position, but as a team, they've been a team over as a core unit. No egos despite of this team, and Jimmy Butler brings that sense of aggression and ego that can get your team to the top. He's gotten to two finals appearances with probably not the most star-studded Miami Heat cast, losing to the Boston Celtics and losing to the Los Angeles Lakers. But he showed that he can get a team over the top in a postseason run with the right pieces and good coaching that should come into always a conversation to how you want to build over your team. But I just feel like the Mavericks would probably leave on all their chips, and I don't know how of the play style would really be sacrificed from how much they would, get, and what would the Heat get in return to adjust them for a postseason appearance still. So it's got to be mutual. It says right here from NBA Central, shout out to him, and that was from Shams that said that Miami Heat's open to discussion for trading Jimmy Butler. The Heat are open to listening to offers. Butler is making the deal if the proposal is right. Leading sources told ESPN Butler's agent, Bernie Lee, has indicated in league circles the Butler is open to destinations such as two Texas teams out of the Houston Rockets and Dallas Mavericks and the Golden State Warriors. Butler is a native of Houston, Texas. Above all, though, he believes that he prefers to win a win-now title contender at any trade. Well, the possible win-now was the teams that have been there before. Over the past 5 seasons, Golden State won one back in 2022. They are having a good enough season, but depending on the compensation, it'd be very questionable. Because the last Warrior player they got was Andre Iguodala for a season. Or the Mavericks, and they do have suitable assets to push over, especially younger players that probably are not getting the opportunities. I don't know if they could ship over Klay Thompson for outside shooting, and if it's just Jimmy Butler, I mean, it's better to build over from the ground up, but we don't know who they're going to give in return. I would be favored on the Mavericks because more suitable play. There's a lot more rotational pieces if you still keep Luka and Kyrie over in the rotation. Klay Thompson's been a struggle to adjust. The Rockets could be a favorite hometown hero, but we don't know how deep the playoffs could be. Knowing Ime Udoka is having a good season, but it takes a lot of time for young teams to even deepen their development in a postseason. It takes a couple seasons. If you still want to bank on Jalen Green and Alfred Sengun. But I do feel like the Houston Rockets would be a bit ambitious for probably getting that next piece. Or Golden State. That I don't know what they got to give up to get Jimmy. But the hometown narrative does kind of fit. The only issue is what rotations are willing to sacrifice to keep the momentum that they have. And even though it's been a hot run, there are times when the Mavericks do sink in inconsistency form, even though they have a good supporting cast. I would go for Houston, because I always thought Jimmy Butler more fit the Houston mold. Has a more secure fan base than the Dallas Mavericks. And he'd be a primary piece of offense if somebody falls inconsistent. because Jalen Green is really not that efficient in leading over a supporting unit, and the Rockets are just more of a young team out of all the trade lists that Butler wants. And with also a respected coach, and Ime Udoka has made it to the dance before, but didn't win it. So it just is all up to Jimmy Butler there. I would bank on the Mavericks. Second list would be to the top of the list would be the Mavericks for majority of the public. Second would go to Houston just for hometown reasons, probably for more contending and momentum. And who would really pass on saying Steph Curry would be your teammate? But I still feel like Golden State would falter in behind because I don't feel like their rotation really fits their way they want to play, and just getting Jimmy Butler would give more problems than benefits. But how you guys feel down below? You feel like Jimmy Butler would fit in any of these teams over in the trade talks we've been hearing? If there's more trade talks around the way, I'll probably get separate videos on that on the matter. That's it from the DST show. Like, comment, subscribe for more, and I hope you guys have a happy holidays. That's it for me.